Ah, China, creating the dystopian future that we all fear.
Skip it up and that up.
So, China's government has had a very tumultuous relationship with gaming. If you didn't know, gaming in China was banned from 2000 to 2015, and even afterwards, they had plenty of rules in place. A lot of games got denied where they couldn't be published in China because they would have a review board that was very strict, and God forbid they thought you questioned anything about the Chinese government, that would get your game denied. So being a gamer in China is still not a good time. And now if you're under the age of 18, it's gotten even worse because now China is clamping down even more on gaming. If you're under the age of 18, like I just said, you're only going to be able to game 3 hours per week and 1 hour per day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can't even say oh, I want to game with friends online on Call of Duty on Friday and just I'll use my 3 hours then. Can't do it. So keep in mind, this is the same place that just last month said that games are spiritual opium. The Chinese government said that games are spiritual opium. Well, anyway, getting back to this new rule, this comes from TheVerge.com. I'll read it to you, then we will discuss. Chinese gaming platforms like Tencent and NetEase must limit online gaming to minors to just 3 hours per week following new rules imposed by regulators on Monday, according to Bloomberg citing state media reports. The change is being made in response to growing concern over gaming addiction and a broader crackdown on China's tech giants. Children under the age of 18 will now be restricted to 1 hour of gaming from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and on public holidays. That's a change from the previous limit of 1.5 hours of online gameplay on most days. Gaming companies must restrict online gameplay outside those hours, according to Reuters, and must have a real name verification system in place to ensure the new rules are enforced. Regulators say they'll also work with parents and schools to help combat gaming addiction amongst Chinese youth. Now, a lot of people consider me leftist. Oh, Rich, you want big government. No, I don't. I don't want big government. I don't understand that the states are nowhere near as severe as this, but we've even had when Joe Biden was vice president of the Obama administration, and Biden wanted to look into the violence of video games, even though the worst case scenario I've ever seen with actual research that's done is that they can't correlate any tie between violent video games and actual real world violence. That was the worst case scenario. And beyond that, the gaming addiction is like any other addiction. It's first off, it should be up to the parents to limit the game time. Let the parents be parents. Why does the government need to step in and intervene for the parents? That's big government. That's big government. And it was so funny. There were people I even know in the States championing, yeah, maybe it is the video games that are causing violence. And maybe, there's ratings on the games. You as a parent, it's your job. If you're buying an M-rated game, your child legally can't buy it. Hopefully they can't. It's your job to say, hey, you shouldn't be playing, let's use the generic example, GTA 5 or Doom Eternal. That's on you. Why does the government need to step in with these draconian laws? But it's not about the fact that they're concerned. Well, you know what they're concerned? They want to make sure they view video games as a way that makes people less productive, and they want everyone to be a hamster on a wheel. They want everyone to be a cog in the wheel. You know what I mean? They want their lemmings. It's also control. Just like the social credit system in China, where if you say anything disparaging about the government or that the government deems disparaging, they'll make it so you can't get certain jobs. They'll take away your education. They'll limit where you could use airplanes. It's ridiculous. So if you have a higher credit score, you get rewarded. So they want, here, bow down to your government. You bow down to your government, you get rewarded. And it's scary because it's almost like, if it could happen in China, where else can it happen? Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen anywhere else. I'm not saying it's going to happen in the States. But the fact that it exists in one of the richest countries in the world, like China, scares me because that could spread to other places. If other countries like, they're doing well with that and they're limiting their people's freedom or their citizens' freedom, maybe we could get away with it too. Look, to every government throughout the world, let parents be parents. Let parents judge if their kids are gaming too much. Let parents judge what games their kids could play. There's ratings on the box. They know if it has an M rating, it's not child friendly. And we need to get rid of this stigma. I know it kind of doesn't have anything to do with this, but there's two stigmas, is that gaming is spiritual opium. It's not just in China that people think like that. And we have to stop thinking of games as just being for kids, because adults play them too. There's ratings on games for a reason, just like there's ratings on movies. If you wouldn't let your kids see an R-rated movie, why would you let them play an M-rated game? The government doesn't need to step in. We don't need Big Brother, whether it be in China, whether it be in States, whether it be in Germany, whether it be in Australia, because they crack down on video games quite a bit over there too. This crap needs to stop. It's a form of entertainment that's meant for adults that just so happen that kids play too. Let the parents dictate what their kids can play and watch. Let's not have the government be the parents for the parents. It drives me insane. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.